this hole from you, it would mean everything to me if I do. Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking. Spending our time living
Alright, everyone, warm welcome to everyone in the chat. Before we get started, I just want to say our apology for this being so late. It's like 2 o'clock or fucking like 2:30. So my GMT audience, sorry about that. I should have been recording this sooner and on another day. Due to my schedule and of an incident that's happened recently, I wasn't able to record this a few days ago. But again, apologies, and haven't really been recording a podcast for a while after the KRX one got taken down because of copyright reasons. So that's another reason why I use the non-copyrighted music. So anyway, my guests tonight are NemesisY2J and Havoc. So do you man want to say hi?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh. Okay, so moving on to the first question, and again, I won't really be doing chat questions because, you know, it's very late and I'm very surprised we've been getting like fucking 5 people in the chat anyway. But anyway, so first I want to kind of talk about JHW and the attendance and its performance right now. So Nemesis, can you inform us on that?
JHW is interesting, to say the least. Usually it's like it'll be doing really good and then poof, it's like slow, and it's like, I thought JHW died, bro, and it's like, no, it's quiet. As of recently, we're hosting shows again. Our next pay-per-view will be hosted from Dewey, Cena 54, John, his ECW arena, which is pretty good. I usually had a pretty good relationship with him in terms of like outside the ring, too, in terms of friendship as well. Correction. And yeah, looking forward to it. There's the thing about JHW too that's really great is the roster itself. A lot of people, they're loyal, they're passionate. It's always good to see.
What would you say the main center of attention is at JHW? Why do you think people come to JHW right now?
Skill. It's honestly, it's the oldest current Fed running right now, to the last of my knowledge. And the titles, like the X Division title, I kind of brag about it. It's older than the company itself, and the company is known for skill, and for another thing, and that's creating legends, basically.
So, what do you think the pinnacle of JHW was? Was it last year, or what would you say?
The pinnacle of JHW, in my opinion, hasn't even happened yet. The thing about JHW is pretty much the teaching of the wrestling itself, and a lot of members who have come along have done really well. Just to name a few basic ones, Undead Brock back in the days started for Sonic X-Men, and he also started for my Fed, and I called him the next big thing, you know, because I'm like, this guy's kind of good. I called the next big thing. What do you know? It was kind of right. He's doing okay. Finn Balor, a couple. There's a lot of people that I've worked with, and you know, anytime I host JHW, it's fun. I enjoy everybody, their company, their presence is great, and like if you look at the roster, it's actually like stacked. Like the overall total is ridiculous. So things are well.
Alright, moving on to my other guest, Havoc, the former RCW World Heavyweight Champion, I believe. If I got that right, props to me. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, Havoc, can you let
Homework.
but Havoc, can you let us know how's your career going right now? How's your career going right now?
What'd you say?
How's your career going right now, Havoc?
Oh,
I mean, you beat me for a tag title today. It must be going kind of good.
Yeah, you took an L. Anyway.
Whatever.
You know, recently I've been doing well. I was in a slump for quite a while after like TNX ended and stuff. I won the ORW championship, but then, you know, that didn't turn out so well. Lost that in a few days. And then I was struggling in the RCW division for a while, and then I finally won the World Heavyweight Championship. Defended it against Cyan Logic, only to lose it that Friday to Eddie Slayer. Which, good game to Eddie. It was a good fight for the most part. And then in the RC, you know, I kind of dropped, but we don't talk about that. And then me and earlier tonight, I beat Nemesis and Shawn Michael with my partner Dustin for the APW tag titles. And that's really all that's been going on in my
After we were
career.
10, god damn it.
You know what? It doesn't even matter.
Yo, it's not whatever.
Anyway, moving
You know,
on.
Havoc, I gotta give you credit though. I saw you like last year, like from the startup at UKW Rising Stars. The fact that you won some singles titles and you're doing pretty good as a tag team competitor too. So give yourself some props, cause pretty good so far.
I've entered 2 Hall of Fames, 1 for the tag team division, so
Yeah. Shit.
Okay, moving on. Speaking about TNX, so what do you think about TNX and VCW ending, and do you think that's had a big impact on pro wrestling right now?
TNX wise, that was really the place I really started out. That's where I got relevant. And if it weren't for Divine Drew picking out a few things for me, including making my Tron, I wouldn't be as popular as I am. In TNX, that's really the first place I went when I returned from a year break or so. And one of my first matches was versus Muddy for his TNX career. And after that, when I beat him, a bunch of new people started talking to me. Some of my best friends today, including like KDB and stuff. And VCW wise, that I didn't go as often as I should have. Like I went towards the end of the time of VCW, as Dewey was planning on ending it for quite a while. But I did manage to accomplish a few goals that I had, including winning the cash case, and I won the tag titles with DBV and became the last tag champions. And yeah, that's about it. If you want to talk about it, some of them.
So Nemesis, what's your opinion on VCW and TNX ending?
TNX, it was basically kind of like the #1 fed for a while. You know, ORW was a thing, and then it got cancelled, I believe, the first time, and it really changed the shifts. TNX2, from what I know of, it got a kind of a golden age boost from a certain time ago. There was a company before it, a lot of top guys, went out of business, come to TNX. TNX was a good company. Yeah, it had its time, and it was great to go to. It really helped me get relevant. VCW, that one kind of strikes close to home. I can go on all day about it, but I'll just tell kind of like a personal favorite story of mine. So RCC comes to a VCW show, and naturally we're like, you know, boo, you suck. This is the time of the Fed War that they had back when. This is 2015, RW Mania 5. So like VCW versus RW and RCC versus Cena was a big thing. We were all cheering for Cena, right? Like, you know, we got his back and shit. And RCC came to VCW one time, and I called him out. And he actually took the match. And even before the match started, I just fucking just smacked him with the steel chair. And it's like, welcome to VCW, buddy. And I wound up beating him in that match, you know, put him in the classic Walls of Jericho. And then Cena came out, and it was a grand old time. And then RW Mania 5, the entire time I wore a VCW jersey and whatnot, and was all pro. Cena lost that match, unfortunately, I guess some could say. And the next day on VCW, I came out in an RW shirt, and then I was like, you know what? Despite all that, we came through, we pulled through, Cena fought, and then I heel turned, and then the crowd just booed the shit out of you. Oh, they don't like RW. VCW is a great place if you're passionate about World Wrestling. It was fun, it was chill. Cena ended at a good time because people are still talking about it. So
Okay, here's a question.
They all have their own legacies.
Okay, so here's a question for you both. What do you think's happening with the Road Diva division after, I think it was WDW ended, Socks and Saddles Federation? I think that's what it was.
I mean, you know, historically, I've usually let the girls fight the guys. There's a female. Her name is McCool246. Back in the day when she was young, I trained her and had her go up against some of the guys, and she's pretty much one of the greats now. The World Divas division, I think, needs to be saved. I think the girls need a main fed or two. If I'm missing out on one, I am obviously not informed. There's some women like Brooke Tessmacher, Lexi Bliss, I guess, Perla, etc. They're all good. There's so many girls that can put out the personality, but it's just all about getting chances. And and what you do with them, you can't be looking bad. You gotta put in the effort.
So Havoc, same question for you. What do you think is going on with the female division of Raw Wrestling after WDW ended?
Well, really, most people are like, okay, whatever, it's pretty shitty, because most of the divas, when they get on the mic, they just talk about boyfriends. And I can't say that for all of them. Some of them are actually good. But if you look back at like people like Maria, all she did on the mic, including at ORW, I was there. She would just talk about the other divas' boyfriend and stuff, and it was just stupid. But like Nem said, I think it's a better idea to let some of the women fight the men. It's kind of better for them. I think they like it more, and it's more entertaining than just watching them fight each other.
Some girls. Sorry for interrupting. Some girls might step up too and become like big leaders.
Yeah, like Kayla, Brooksy, for example. She's one of the most popular women, and I think she earned that spot as well. She came in with a bang, and she automatically started like remembering, or not remembering. Damn it. She just started winning titles, and eventually in TNX, I believe, Lonnie let her fight the men. I think she even won a few titles in the men's division. Besides that, I mean, even with the BCW, like, some of the men fought the women, and it just ended up being better than it was when there was just a women's division, and the women could only be in that certain division, and only win about 2 titles, I guess.
Okay, so an opinion question about a federation. What's your opinion about ICW? Because that's like the only thing I really ask on this fucking channel.
ICW.
And also,
well,
and also your opinion on bump drafting personally.
Okay. Let's see, ICW. I am currently undrafted. What the fuck? You know what? I came to ICW. I heard some things about it, and the pub treated me with respect. Just last week, I faced this random guy. His name was Super Saiyan. Looked like a noob. Thought he was going to be an easy win. We had probably what could have been match of the night. It was just great. I think ICW is good. I don't know what the whole beef with it is. Bump drafting so far, he's cool. Not horrible. I'm sure I can find a way to hate him, but I do that to everybody, so nothing new.
Havoc.
Pardon my language.
I'd like to ask this before I say it. Am I allowed to cuss on this channel?
Yeah, you're allowed to cuss.
Okay, well, fuck ICW and fuck bump drafting. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Nice.
So, moving on. Let's talk about some uprising feds right now. So, currently, a few federations, uprising DXW. Some may say ICW. Others may be saying Alex Woody's fed. I think that's
APW.
APW. That's it. So, what federation would you say is going to take over? Let's just say RCW or W when they end.
That's tough. I'd say APRW is something of a rising major. I can see it now. RWWE is, mainstream, but it, may as well be up there. Let's see. ICW definitely could be considered that. If talent is coming from your federation and they're doing good, ICW is doing good. DXW is definitely good. They're GMT, but I like DXW. I fought for them against APRW. BCW, British Championship Wrestling. I heard a bit about that, and I hear nothing but positive reviews. Don't know much about it, but yeah, that's that.
Havoc.
Uh,
Oh,
I've also heard of DWF, Dallas's Wrestling Federation, or something like that.
that's been there for ages. That's been
Yeah.
this thing for ages, to be honest. But anyway, Havoc, Uprising Federations.
Well, as Nemesis said, I think APRW is going to rise up to the top after some of the big feds are over. You know, it's already pretty big, I'd say, and it's just going to get bigger from here. And I've also seen feds like RPW owned by Trunks Gator, aka G Trunks, and DXW, I believe that's what it's called, owned by Evolved RDN. Some of those feds, like, some of those feds, they're gonna get pretty big, I believe. And great, he put his group in the chat.
Sponsored.
That's advertising. Besides that, I mean, there have been some, like, yeah, BCW is pretty good. I've gone to it once or twice, I guess. And some of the indie feds I went to, like XCW, it's owned by Extreme Xavier Everett. It's been around for ages. It's just never gotten that big. I guess that's it. But like ICW, I guess if Bump could somehow improve the federation, maybe it could get bigger and extend its popularity. But for now, it's just not that great.
Okay, so here's a question for you both. One last time. Name me one overrated wrestler and one underrated wrestler.
Ooh.
Or if you wanna give me more names than one, that's fine.
Okay. I think of a roster here. Underrated, I'd say. This is tough, actually, because there's a lot of contenders out there. Overrated, I'd say this guy. I watched him once. His name was like HavocXXV.
Whoa.
Let's see.
Hey man.
Overrated. It depends on your opinion. Underrated, I'd say somebody like oh my god, Shawn Michaels. I've faced him and he's pretty underrated, but he's also kind of overrated at the same time, which is really interesting. Bad Boy LA, I think he's a bit underrated. Because you know, if you're in pro wrestling and do a funny gimmick, you know, people won't take it seriously, but you know, it's so much fun and start doing good, people are into it.
He gets big, lots of chants as well. The crowd is very into him as well. But anyway, Havoc.
Overrated, I'm gonna have to go with Cool Balor, and that's only because he's the APRW World Heavyweight Champion, or he was before tonight's pay-per-view, and honestly, he got 3-0'd by people like Sin the Savior. Speaking of Sin the Savior, he's on my underrated list. He could do big things, as well as people like J.K. Leto and Rich Norman could be pretty good. He's already doing pretty well.
Pretty good. I think up and comers like Alien Sam, possibly.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Shino.
I gotta say underrated. Samus Nathan. He's always been around. PTG Unlimited, definitely underrated. Jaden Ramsey somehow is on there. I'm gonna say Kids Rock 4 is overrated and sucks. For no exact reason though, you know, just comes to mind.
Okay, moving on. So, Nemesis and Havoc. Who do you most hate in this community? And name me one name that is your closest friend in the community. So one person that you really hate and one person that you really like. Nemesis, Havoc, you can go first.
One person that I really hate, I'm gonna go with a duo here. They're basically close friends, and I don't like either of them, just because of how they are to others and how they are to me in particular, I guess. And that it's I guess it's kind of ironic I'm putting him on the overrated and on my least liked list, but I had to say Cool Balor and Strong Boy, whatever his last digits are. Strong Boy is actually pretty cool, but I still dislike him a little bit, you know. Closest friends, there's too many, honestly. It'd take forever to name them all, and I'm not gonna bother with it, and I don't want to leave anyone out as well. So there's that.
Nemesis.
Out of the dislike list, I'd say pretty much everyone that I've ever come across, just because that's how it works, and that's, you know, good business for this guy. When you know, playing the heel. I don't like you just because you're here. Yeah, I tend to get teamed in FCAs. Close friends, I'd probably say maybe Undead Brock, just because there's a certain level of like just understanding, and it's like, yeah, we're cool. Yeah, you know, you meet a lot of best friends and good friends at this site. I've seen them come and go, which kind of sucks. Makes you feel war torn. But no, you meet a lot of good people in this game, and I'm proud to have met every single one of them. I'd say one of my favorites is Cena. It's like,
yeah, Dewey's really cool.
Yeah, I debuted around the same time as him, and he's a really cool guy.
Okay, so here's a question. What do you think is the main difference between GMT federations and their pro wrestlers and EST pro wrestlers and their federations? What do you think the difference is?
I'd say GMT is interesting because like it feels a lot more closer, in my opinion. Just watching how the community has grown, they've grown kind of tight together, and there's a lot of people who follow what could be described as like the vision of Thames and Raymundo, and it's really excellent to see. The difference between East is that it's pretty much dog eat dog, good luck, have fun. It's kind of savage, actually, when you think about it. So.
Havoc?
I mean, I don't really get the chance to go to GMT feds really much anymore, and that's for the plain fact that school has started for me, and I really can't make it to most GMT shows. But besides that, you know, you have your different faces of each time zone. I've noticed that some of the faces of GMT are like Diddy, or was, Raimundo. I don't really know many of them, but RDN, he's, I guess, he won a title recently in CCW. I was there for that, you nerd. And, nerd. In the East Division, I mean, you got guys who are just still on top, like Undead Brock, Damon, Eddie, Aiden, I guess, but Aiden, I guess he comes and goes in the top divisions, but with the whole time zone war thing, it's not really needed. I mean, if you want to see who the better time zone is, I mean, yeah, you can do a big group fight, but like, it doesn't really matter, I guess, to me. Just we do our own thing anyways, so.
So, switching topics, controversy time. Nemesis, this question's kind of gonna be a bit one-sided for you, but I want you to let me know, what do you think of SDR right now and the hate he's getting? Well, as he's getting a lot of hate from from GMT a lot, and do you think he deserves his hate?
I think most major Fed owners deserve hate. I think I deserve hate. You know what? You can think whatever you want of these guys, but the fact is they operate the way that they do, and if you don't like it, you know, the best part is when you prove them wrong. My relationship with SDR, I was just a wrestler at first, kind of got to know him, and when I came back and took ORW serious, you know, here and there, and you know, he's a guy that, you know, you can kind of respect. You'll see down the road.
So, sticking to the topic of SDR, what about the rigging type of things, the main reason he gets a hate? What do you think of that situation?
I remember those days. Havoc, do you remember when that was like around Ask FM and whatnot?
Yeah, when Ask FM was still the main
Yeah,
little thing
when it
that
was
everyone went to.
relevant. Yeah, there's a big thing about it, ORW and rigging and whatnot, and a lot, Feds make mistakes. That topic's been slammed already.
Mm. So Havoc, on to you. What is your opinion on SDR and the beef between GMT and SDR? Do you think he deserves his hate?
Uh, Correction, I meant to answer the GMT part. I think I've heard from some GMT guys that they're not happy that, it's, UK title, it's supposed to be for GMT, and it's kind of not working out the way they thought it would.
Mm.
Well, I was going to say that SDR and I, we're not the closest of friends, but I've gotten to know him mainly because of the fact that I've been in a few calls with him. He's not a bad guy. It's not that he's a bad guy, and he does make mistakes in hosting sometimes, but I feel like the rigging thing was taken too far in a way. I mean, yeah, you don't just rig your feds if you want someone else to win. Like, if you want a particular person to win, it's not right to rig them like that, like damage or whatever. But I think people just get too overworked about it, and they don't forget it. And that's kind of the problem. But with the thing about GMT as well, I don't know what's going on with them, but as Nemesis said with the UK title, it was a big thing at first. Same with like the WWE, I guess. But I don't think he really puts much work into the GMT title as he should, and that's maybe why they're mad. As far as Tams King making the shirts and everything, I don't know anything about that either. I just know that he did it, and I don't know why he did it, but it's whatever to me. I wasn't really involved, so I didn't want to get involved either.
Okay. Let me just check the chat real quick. Only 8 people. 9 people. That's A-okay. Let me just check.
Ratings.
This is what happens when I record so late. I get less attendance.
Hey man, you know what? In fairness, I haven't slept in a day, so it's okay, man. We'll struggle together.
Oh.
Go sleep.
Yeah, I should.
Okay, so 33 minutes in. Oh shit. So we'll answer 1 or 2 more questions and we'll end it there. So let me just check the chat. Okay, opinion on Save Us Nathan.
My opinion on Nathan is that he's one of those guys who's, well, just because of the way it works in pro wrestling, you gotta wait, keep going at it. I think he's a guy who's maybe passionate, and it's just need more pro wrestling XP.
Have it.
I mean, I've known Nathan for a while now. He's a pretty cool dude. I haven't really seen him much on the Eastern side of things. I'm sure he's doing well on the GMT side, though. I've known him since when I did role play, which wasn't for long because he got fired from the Fed. But yeah, I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but we chat a little bit every then and there. So
okay, let's have a quick. Ooh. Okay, what's your opinion on Ruthless or Mason?
Yeah. Gang.
Yeah. G4.
Well, he just helped out with JHW actually with some brand new championships. He seems like a nice guy.
Okay.
But you never know.
Have it.
Oh, like Ruthless isn't a guy that I really know, but he's pretty chill. Besides the fact that, well, not besides the fact. I was gonna say, yeah, he's pretty chill. I'd like to talk to him more. I've talked to him a few times in calls, but besides that, not really. I know he pro wrestles at RCW a lot, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. So I just wanna make a quick announcement that it is very hard to get guests on this podcast. Plus, it also comes into my IRL life as it normally takes about an hour, including setting up and stuff, getting the guests together and all that. Plus, this was very delayed as I was meant to record this yesterday or the day before.
But Don, be proud of yourself, man. Don't be so hard on
Yeah.
yourself, dog.
Ugh.
We all got expectations, but hey, we're here. We're just having a good time. We're just shooting the breeze, man.
Yup. So, Nemesis, do you want to say anything about JHW before we go? Any notifications? Any up?
We'll usually host on the weekends. Sundays gonna be a good day. You'll see me on Saturdays. Other than that, pay-per-view on the 20th for August. I got a pay-per-view around my birthday here in September, and that'll be in Universal Studios Roblox. Brokered a deal, and yeah, we're gonna go to Universal for a few events there over at Dino's 440R3. Yeah, pro wrestling is going great. I yesterday fought at CCW. It was an epic chamber match. Today retained a clutch tag team championship match. Did a podcast.
Then you lost.
Yeah, then I lost to some, you know, paper champion. I'm gonna beat at a show.
You know what? We're
And,
better.
it-
Shawn Michael.
Why don't you? You know what, man? That was a fluke. You know what, Havoc, man? I brought you in. I remember. I should have just like buried you and made you try to quit the game.
No.
I'm just playing.
So Havoc,
No, it's been great being on this podcast too. Got good episodes in the past.
yeah, it's
Edition.
yeah. Cheers, mate. Havoc, do you want to say anything else before we end the live stream?
Shout out to the Trunks brand. Shout out to G Dustin. There's a man named Sundust in the chat. Yeah, I know you, Sundust. I remember you. You know, good job to James from Jersey for winning the APRW title, and this podcast has been fun. So yeah.
Shout out to my general manager Zudis, Real G.
Alright, so yeah, I'd like you to go ahead and join JHW. I'm sorry if I've been either stuttering because it's fucking literally it's at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah,
Don's podcast represent.
JHW right there. Alright, thank you for tuning in and bye. Adios.
Bye.